Hey Leos, welcome to your New Year's spread. I hope you guys are doing great. We're going to take a peek at lessons learned in 2021 and see what your transition into 2022 is looking like. So let's start by grabbing a couple of oracle cards to see what energies are surrounding this reading for you right now. Those two came out, okay, three came out kind of violently. We'll take all of them. We have leadership, we have wisdom, and we also have embracing. And let's grab one more. See what other energies are surrounding this reading for you. One came out, and we have clean it up. All right, there's a lot going on with my Leo collective right now. So it feels as though there have been a lot of lessons that you have learned in 2021, Leo. And I don't necessarily think that all of them were particularly pleasant, but it feels as though as a result of what you have experienced that you are now in a place of processing, that you are in a place of sort of accepting and making those adjustments that you need to, that you feel you need to, based on what it is that you've gone through. And you're coming out of it much stronger with a lot more information with this wisdom card. This is someone who has gone through something and they have learned their lesson. So it's not even a situation of repeating. It's about seeing things from a different perspective. So you know what's right for you. You know what it is that you need to avoid going into the future, so you don't have another experience like the one that you've had previously. But as challenging as that may have been, it feels as though you were coming out much stronger on the other side. It almost feels as though you're being given another opportunity to do things right this next go round. So let's jump into some tarot and start first by taking a peek at the most important lesson that you should take from 2021. We have the Six of Cups and we also have the Lovers. It feels like the biggest lesson that that you should take from the past year that you've experienced is that past occurrences, as challenging as they are, can serve to make you appreciate more what you have going forward in the present. It can put you on a different path where you have greater clarity, where you are learning again to enjoy life, to enjoy yourself, to enjoy your existence. And so I feel like the biggest lesson that you've gotten is from things that you have experienced, where you're sort of in that place of reflecting on the past and having a greater appreciation for where you currently are and the direction that you're heading in. So it may have been a situation where, maybe things have felt a little quiet, maybe things have been a little bit stagnant, and you questioned where you've been, where you're going, all of that good stuff. And so I feel like the biggest lesson is that sometimes when you look back, that, you can see a lot more clearly your path forward. So looking at the card that represents your greatest achievement in 2021, we have Temperance. Temperance is all about balance. So I think your greatest achievement from 2021 going into 2022 is you again finding your balance. And we have that again in the overall energy, gaining that wisdom, becoming much stronger, embracing the lessons that you've learned from the past, being able to enjoy where you are in the present and starting over fresh. So this is you not swinging in one direction versus the other. This is you finding that middle ground. This is you finding your footing, getting stronger, being more firm. Now, as far as what you're leaving in 2021, we have the Two of Pentacles. So no more juggling. No more uncertainty. No more sort of trying to make things fit where they don't. This is you, again, being much more firm, being much more balanced, being much more stable, being much stronger than you were even a year ago. This is you starting fresh, which, Leo, is not a bad thing at all. So what to expect in 2022? We have the Ace of Cups. This is a fresh start. This is a new beginning. We had that with the Clean It Up card, right? We said clean slate. And this is embracing life. This is a fresh new beginning, an existence that you will absolutely love. One that you have looked forward to, one that I think you've dreamed about, something that you've been looking forward to for a long time. Now, what we have as far as the challenge, we have the King of Swords that came up in reverse. So the King of Swords upright is somebody who is usually very cutting, very calculating, not someone who's overly emotional. We have that in the reverse. We also have the Two of Cups upright, clarifying that. So I think that there is a little bit of a potential for you to be distracted by someone who sort of comes in whispering sweet nothings. I don't necessarily know that this person is right for you, because I'm feeling that this has very much to do with a relationship. And I do think that you have gotten to a place, Leo, where you're getting comfortable with your life, getting comfortable with your existence. And so there's someone who's popping up that I don't know that their intentions are super good. I don't know that their intentions are the greatest. So it feels like Spirit is saying for you to keep an eye on them. They might be here to sort of distract you or throw you off the path that you have put yourself on. Okay, well, the theme for 2022, the overall theme, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and we also have the Moon. So it feels as though there's going to be a couple of messages that I'm getting for you, for my Leo collective. When it comes to what's happening in 2022 for you, it feels as though there's a lot that's going to be hidden. It feels as though there's a sense of confusion around some things that are going on. And I feel like it has to do with this person that came up in your challenge position for your new beginning. It feels as though there are things that you don't necessarily know about this person, but the energy that's surrounding it is one of resilience, right? So we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Now upright, that's usually the person who is like battle worn, they're exhausted, they're tired. I feel like you got all the energy in the world, and and Leos, I heard all the smoke too. So there might be a situation where you have to sort of embrace these lessons that you've learned in setting your boundaries when it comes to other people, but understand that you are going to come out better for it. There's no loss here. There's no loss whatsoever. So if you need to set somebody straight, if you need to make sure that you consistently enforce your boundaries, Leo, it's going to be okay. Whoever gets offended by that is not meant to be on your path. They're not meant to be in your energetic space. So you making sure that you sort of stand up for yourself is going to start eliminating people from your life who don't serve you. So there's going to be, I think, a little bit of turmoil, a little bit of confusion in all of this, but it's going to be for your highest good. It's going to be in your best interest. Now, as far as advice from Spirit, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is a card of somebody who is not really giving too much to other people. Not really much at all. So we have the Star and we also have the Four of Wands in reverse. This is someone who's holding back. This is someone who sort of keeps other people on their toes, is what I just heard. So I feel like Spirit is saying, for the time being, going into 2022, it feels like the focus should be on you. And the focus should be on setting your boundaries, sort of processing the lessons that you have learned in the past. We also have on the bottom of the deck the Fool in reverse. So this is Spirit saying that now is the time for you to temper yourself. Continue with that balance that you've had. Don't rush into anything. Don't be so quick to offer people the best and greatest parts of you. Sort of take everything with a grain of salt. Don't go into it thinking that everyone that you come across has your best interest at heart, is what I'm feeling. I feel like for you, Leo, 2022 is going to be a bit of a challenging year when it comes to the people around you. It feels as though you're going to use the lessons that you've experienced in the past to start weeding people out. And you're not going to be so quick to be their go-to person, to be the one that everybody leans on. And when you need to lean on somebody, like there's nobody there. So looking at your transition from 2021 into 2022, we have the Tower in reverse. So upright, the Tower is an abrupt change, right? It's something that happens very quickly, very unexpectedly. What we see for you in terms of your transition, we have something that's a little bit more gradual, right? I don't see any altercations with anyone. I don't see any fights. I don't see you having to defend yourself. What I do see is that people are very confused. As you start to move away from them, as you start to enforce your boundaries based on what you've learned in the past, there are going to be people who are very, very confused. And they're like, well, wait, where is Leo going? Why isn't Leo entertaining me the way that they used to? It's because you've made your shift. You've found your balance. You've learned your lessons. And you're starting fresh. And sometimes that starting fresh means leaving people behind. So they're going to be confused, but I see your transition being very, very peaceful. I don't know that these folks are going to confront you and say, well, why would you leave me behind? Why would you leave me in the past? I don't necessarily see that happening. It feels like a pretty easy fade, actually, Leo. So those folks who aren't serving you, they're going to make a very graceful exit. Don't see a whole lot of chaos there. So wrapping up and seeing what final messages Spirit has, we have, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. We have happiness is my birthright. And let's pull one last card. Okay, see what final message. And we have make necessary sacrifices. So again, I feel like with this first card, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. This is you absorbing the lessons that you have learned, coming into that awareness of what serves you and what doesn't, what needs to be eliminated from your life. And we see that over here with the make necessary sacrifices. Yes, these people are going to be confused, but if they're not serving you, if they're not Team Leo, if they're not for you on your journey, then you might have to let go of that person. They might not be meant to go into this next chapter with you. And so that's a sacrifice that you're going to have to be willing to make in order to get to this next level. Why? Because you deserve happiness. You deserve to not be stressed. You deserve to have people around you who are supportive, that you don't have to second guess. You deserve that. It's yours divinely. So make those wise choices, learn your lessons, make those necessary sacrifices, because there's a new phase that's waiting for you. So Leos, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that this resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. But in the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you huge hugs.